And StreamYard asks me, are you ready to go live? Come on! The entire experience of being undead, at least if you are an extremely ambitious undead person such as myself, is waiting to go live. We are waiting to pour out of the cemeteries. We are waiting to reassemble ourselves in crematoriums. We are waiting for the entire family to file in, see us upon the slab, begin weeping, for which we would apologize if we ourselves had tear ducts. And then, at just the very last moment, we rise from the table, and all run screaming except for that one weird cousin that you never really liked, but this time that cousin's like, I knew it! I knew it! Ready to go live? You gotta be kidding me. Of course I am ready to go live. Now, as you may or may not know, I take a couple of minutes to talk about Peter's evil overlord list and assorted tropes that Peter has collected over the many years since the internet began, which I think is approximately 100 zillion billion quadrillion. For God's sake, it's been too long. Bring us back letters and, I don't care, stones for calculators, but never mind. He wrote the top 100 things I'd do if I ever became an evil overlord, a compilation of horrible evil overlord mistakes that destroyed entire dynasties, entire conquests, because people just had to be dumb about it. The most recent one I did was 7, when I've captured my adversary, and he says, look, before you kill me, bang. That's not actually the thing. But what it actually says is, when he says, look, before you kill me, will you at least tell me what this is all about? I'll say, no, and shoot him. But we go on to number 8. After I kidnap the beautiful princess, we will be married immediately in a quiet civil ceremony, not in a lavish spectacle 3 weeks' time during which the final phase of my plan will be carried out. Well, probably. I mean, it's not like this is a bad idea. Certainly, if what we are referring to is the trope that one must have some gigantic, difficult, complicated to put on wedding in order for this to be official, then yeah, it does seem sort of silly for you to postpone the end of the world or the conquest of the universe so that some nitwit can put a couple extra chocolate chips on your cake. That being said, though, and guys, I've only got about 5 minutes, so do stick around. I've got some interesting things to talk about, or at least I think they're interesting, and my robot army over there is very, very fascinated. Yes, look, I am an anthropologist and a theater major by trade. Well, it's not by trade exactly. I don't know if the study of anthropology and the study of theater exactly makes you write good novels or put on weird events. But first off, let's look at the marriage thing. Now, we all know, especially in the older films, that marriage often meant, that thing. It meant they were going to do it. And of course, there's nothing that really prevents that. But let us step aside from the idea of marriage as a vehicle towards, say, sexual satisfaction. For that matter, let us set aside just exactly how many princesses there are out there who have been sitting around bored stiff, waiting to be trophy wives, who might not necessarily actually object to a clean, interesting Dark Lord if such a person should cross their path and then, kidnap them. I'm not recommending you try this. I'm just pointing it out. The thing here, I believe, is the marriage. Because, I mean, if you just wanted the other part, you can kind of just have the other part. The marriage! The marriage has to happen. Well, look, how do you get married now? You get married in front of a justice of the peace with 2 witnesses. You're an emperor! You're an overlord! You are some sort of godlike figure. I'm pretty sure you're capable of taking a piece of paper, writing on the piece of paper. Here, hold on 1 second. You plus emperor, sorry about the handwriting, equals married. Jam. Here, you are now married to, you can't say it really well, you're now married to the emperor. Ta-da! So, basically, That's all you need. You get like 2 witnesses. Fine. Okay. You, guard 1, guard 2, guard 3, witness this, would you? Bam! You're done. So that leaves really, unless you're an idiot, it kind of leaves basically just the civil ceremony. And yes, absolutely, you want the civil ceremony, if you're going to try to impress people, to be huge. You want it to be rich and costly, and you want people to be throwing pearls and diamonds and rubies and gems and emeralds. You want all that stuff because you want to impress upon everyone how wealthy, how powerful you are. You want incredibly Thorsten Veblen style conspicuous consumption to show that you are the richest, you are the baddest, you are the most powerful. This union is mighty. Nobody better mess with you. They might as well just hand over their countries to you, stand down their armies, and let you take over. That's the impression you want to get. When my mother was looking at a kitchen, we were looking at kitchen plans. They showed us the kitchen plans. They said, "What do you want?" She said, "Drop dead." And they said, "Excuse me?" And my mother said, "Drop dead." And they said, "We're not trying to furnish that." My mother said, "All I want is when my friends come in, they should take one look, be so envious, they drop dead." And that's really kind of what you're talking about here. You want a really conspicuous ceremony, but just look. Have the small ceremony. You have the authority to do it yourself. If you don't, I'm sure your second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth in command all have at least some sort of authority that would let them wed someone. You wed the person, you have it on paper. If the erotic parts are of interest, bam, it's legal, assuming that after you are stealing a kingdom and stealing a princess, you really care about that part of legality. And then you have the pomp and the circumstance and the ritual necessary for the succession, showing that you and you alone are the true ruler of whatever the hell place you're in. That's the thing. So quit making fun of the evil overlord list for the idea that, sometimes people wait a long time before getting married, which allows the princess to either be rescued by her prince or, depending on the story, her princess or her non-binary person or damn self. But stop hating on the people who insist on having a big wedding. As long as they take some other simple precautions, like making sure the wedding is already official before they have the big ceremony that cements it in people's minds, there's nothing wrong with this. Just remember that when you go out to conquer the world, okay? If you have any questions, I will take them. Hi, Adam. And thank you all for viewing. My name is Jeff Mack. You can find me at Halloween in the Catskills. Go look up Catskills Halloween. It's going to be great. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Mwah. I now